Hello guys, welcome here to another edition of Out of Turn 4. I'm Brian here. Coming up, we're going to recap Atlanta. We got some news regarding the Indy 500 and the Fox booth for the upcoming weekend. And we will also have our race picks for the first road course of the season at COTA. I look forward to bringing that to you. Sorry, just I'm fixing that real quick. Anyway, let's get started. Let's start with the Truck Series at Atlanta. And we start with Christian Eckes. Christian Eckes, he wins a wreck-filled event at Atlanta. His first win of the season, his second career victory. Man, I'm telling you, this track sucks. But I want to continue on down the line because just ridiculous. But congrats to Christian Eckes and MHR. They're going to make the playoffs, I believe, for the first time ever. So even better news there. And we'll see what happens to them the rest of the year. But good win. Anyway, Austin Hill in the NASCAR Xfinity Series he's looking like the champion outright right now. Of course, he continues his dominance with the big win at Atlanta. His third win this season, his fifth career victory overall. But he was not the main reason why the Xfinity Series is in the headlines this week. So Josh Williams, of course, for those who don't know, Josh Williams drives the 92 for DGM Racing. Small team. Well, he got a penalty for some tape coming off or something. He was told to park, and okay, I'll park it. He parks it right on the start-finish line, hops out, and walks right away from the car. I guess it was delaying a caution is why he got parked, but he parked it right on the start-finish and walked away. And of course, immediately was told to go to the hauler, which he did, sending a picture of a thumbs up to his social media. Man, I'm telling you, you didn't elaborate where to park it that I know of, so... but no, in all seriousness, though, he should be suspended for this, is the honest truth, I mean, for being a smartass, he should be suspended, but I could see them maybe handing him a fine today. I don't feel like in the Xfinity Series they're going to suspend you for much. I mean, they didn't even suspend Hamlin last week in the Cup Series. They didn't suspend Ty Gibbs for wrecking his teammate. They're not in it to suspend people, it appears, in the Xfinity Series, so they're probably just going to give them a $10,000 or $15,000 fine and then say don't do it again, would be my guess. But personally, I think it should be a suspension, all joking aside, because you just can't have that. That's negative attention, just not acceptable behavior. And Josh Williams has been in the Xfinity Series for quite a few years now. He knows better than to do that. It's great for, I guess in his case it's good for publicity. I don't think it is, but hey, power to you. On the Cup side, Joey Logano, he holds off his old teammate Brad Keselowski for the win in Atlanta, his first this season. 32nd career win for the defending champ. I gotta tell you, the more races I watch on New Atlanta, the more I hate it. I mean, the racing's good, but on a 1.5-mile track where it's so narrow, I mean, you can't run more than 2 lanes at a time. If you're leading the first or second pack, you're guaranteed to, come out first or second, because no one's going to force 3 wide. So I just don't like it personally. I think, the track's just too narrow for this kind of racing too, especially with those out of bounds lines that they want to enforce. So, just my thoughts on it. I mean, I thought it was a good race. I thought it was fun to watch, but it's not fun when if you're not, you can't form a third lane trying to, get the win like you could at Daytona and Talladega. So, I don't know, not a fan, personally. Alright, on to the racing news now. It's going to be a short episode, guys. I can't believe it. Ryan Hunter-Reay, he will be returning to the NTT IndyCar Series to attempt the Indy 500 with Dreyer and Reinbold Racing, of course, taking over that ride that Santino Ferrucci held just a year prior. And it's good for Ryan Hunter-Reay. Maybe he just needed like a year sabbatical in a way where it's just like, I'll go do other racing series. I'll try to rediscover. And, it's good for him to take a year off, I guess, and then come back. And now he's hopefully refreshed and ready to go. DNR, we know, always puts together a great program for the Indy 500. They've done so with Sage Karam for the last handful of years. They did so with Santino last year. Santino, I believe, came home top 5 for them last year, top 10 for him. So, we know Dreyer and Reinbold. This is a team that prepares strictly for Indy, and they always bring their A game. So, it's good to see Ryan Hunter-Reay in a very competitive race car, and I hope he can continue that legacy. Or continued that, streak, I guess you could say, for DNR going into the Indianapolis 500. And I believe that's our 33rd entry now. So, even more exciting. I'm hoping we can get 1 or 2 more and then get some bumps. But, of course, haven't seen anything yet. Hopefully we'll see it soon. On to the Cup Series booth at COTA, and it's going to be an interesting one. Kurt Busch has been announced as the co-commentator for COTA, and rightfully so. Man, I was waiting. I'm like, we know Kurt's going to be a part of a booth. He's going to be in the booth for a race. We just don't know when. And finally, it's going to happen. Kurt is exciting. I wish it was Tony Stewart, because personally, I know they're going forward with Kevin Harvick after this year, but I'm sorry, Tony Stewart is perfect right now. I think Tony Stewart's the best choice, but it's nice, to see the new faces, But again, Smoke or Jamie Mack would have been my pick, or even Larry Mack, but hey, it's good to see him. It's good to see. It's good to see Kurt Busch back at the track and in the booth. He's done well in the Truck Series, so I have high hopes for him with the Cup Series. Joining them, and this was a surprise, there will be 2 co-commentators with Clint Boyer and Mike Joy in the booth on Sunday. The other one, and this one was a big shocker. Haas F1's Gunther Steiner, he will be the 4th commentator for the NASCAR Cup Series at COTA. And wow. Now, for those who don't know Gunther Steiner, he's Haas F1 team principal. He was also Red Bull Racing's technical director or something when they were first making their foray into NASCAR. So he's well known. He's pretty well known in the NASCAR universe. But obviously, I imagine because the race is at COTA and it's the home of the USGP, that is why he was asked to come over and do the COTA race for Fox. It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting twist to this booth. I think it'll be interesting honestly, to hear, his angle of everything. Of course, we know he knows, or he hasn't really been the NASCAR verse for many many years, but maybe he can give some more insight on the track. Being that F1 team principal, so he's there once a year. Um, it'll be an interesting twist. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think we've seen this before. So it'll be an interesting twist, to say the least. But Kurt Busch, again, I like smoke, but I'm always happy to see Kurt Busch in the booth, and I hope we can see him back in a race car real soon. But, alright, on to the picks, and we begin with the Truck Series at COTA, and I'm going to pick Kyle Busch. He's in the truck race. Why wouldn't I pick him? NASCAR Xfinity Series at Circuit of the Americas. I'm picking AJ Allmendinger. Of course, we know Ty Gibbs is going to be driving in the Xfinity race, but I don't know, man. Like, this track just suits Allmendinger's style, and I think he's going to get the job done. Of course, he's going to be on a part-time effort this year for colleague racing, and I think he'll get a good result in that car, rather, the All-Star car for him. Alright, Cup Series at COTA. It would have been easy to pick Ross Chastain or AJ Allmendinger or, even Alex Bowman after last year. But I'm going to pick Daniel Suarez. I think Daniel Suarez could get his second win of the second career win at COTA. Ross has looked good all year. He'll continue to look good, but I have high hopes for Suarez in this one, but I wouldn't rule out AJ, and I certainly wouldn't rule out, even RCR or Tyler Reddick. Those are guys I think we got to watch, but I'm going to pick Suarez. I think this track suits Trackhouse. I think, again, I think after Sonoma last year, I think he's still got a lot of confidence going on these road courses, and I think we'll continue to see that as we go along to our first of 6 or 7 road and street events this year in the Cup Series. Alright, we want to thank you for watching. Sorry it was a short episode. It's a very slow news day, minus the Josh Williams incident. So, not much to talk about this week, but we hope to have more next week for you. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you back here next Tuesday. Tune in to No Final Bell Wednesday at 5, or tomorrow night at 5, on YouTube and Facebook Watch. And then be sure to tune in Sunday to Sunday morning Tinkle for Jason and I. And we'll be back here on Tuesday with another edition of Out of Turn 4. Till then, goodbye, everyone.